G'day trendsetters, how are you today? Where I'm doing something I've never done before today, and that is planting sugarcane. In this case, it's what's known as black cane, which I know nothing about. I've done my obligatory 5 minutes research on Google, and it seems to come up that it'll take a little bit more frost than your average sugarcane. The difference between what they grow further north and here, between normal sugarcane and this black cane, I don't know. If you do know, let me know. I'd love to some insight in it. But the reason why, two reasons why I've got the sugarcane is a couple of months ago, Costa on Gardening Australia did a story about a bloke in Mullaney just north of Brisbane on the Sunshine Coast, and he had at the end of the clip, I'll put a link in the description below on the clip from Gardening Australia, and he had a push bike pedal juicing machine of sugarcane, and they drank the juice from the sugarcane, and this has had my curiosity running wild ever since, wondering what the juice of sugarcane tastes like. And I thought I really want to do that, not knowing where I would get any sugarcane from. But anyhow, a month or two later, I run a Facebook gardening group, Toowoomba area backyard veggie growers group. It's a bit of a handle, but anyhow, I'll leave a link for that in the description below. And Steve, who I think lives in Withcott, which is down below the range and probably a bit warmer during winter down there than what it is here. But he said he put up a post that anyone wanted some sugarcane, and I jumped at it and said yes. And he was kind enough to, on one of his, I'm assuming, frequent trips to Toowoomba, he dropped it off. And now I'm going to plant it. Now, the next thing I had to do was find out how to plant it, because I was just going to stick it in the ground and assume it would just form roots like a cutting. But I double checked, went through a couple of YouTube videos, and I found a bloke who was planting sugarcane, and he had a tractor and a plough implement, and he ran furrows up and down. But he laid his sugarcane flat, end on end, in the row. I'll put a link to his video below as well. So that's what I'm going to do today. I've just cleared this little space here a couple of weeks ago. I was going to plant a mulberry tree, which I think I still will. I'll just have to move it forward a bit. So I'm going to make 2 rows here. I've got 8 of these cuttings. I'll make 2 rows, about 2 foot between the rows, and I'll work in a bit of this 5 and 1 and plant them and see what happens. If it does grow, yay for me. I failed to mention, I am in what they call a warm temperate climate. So we will get light frosts here. Can be cold, but today is just an absolute dream day. I think it was 9 degrees overnight, and it's about 18, 19 degrees now even. This is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's the variation we can get in winter. We get cold bursts, so it's not cold all the time. This is probably more our standard winter. A couple of weeks in July are pretty miserable, and a couple of weeks in August, and that's about it. So I think I can get away with it. The only thing is our summers can be quite blisteringly hot and dry, so I will have to mulch it fairly well and water it really well. But here goes, let's see what happens. That's the Searles 5 and 1. I use quite a lot. It's I think they call it a soil improver, or organic fertiliser. It's got bits of everything in it. Cow manure, blood and bone, composted animal manures, blood and bone, fish, seaweed, and humates. Oh, wait, there's more. Potash, zeolite, biostimulants, rock minerals, trace elements, rich in organic carbon. Woohoo! Now, just bear with me. I'll spread this out and dig it in, and I'll plant the cane. Alright, I'll be back in 5 minutes while I dig this, and then we'll plant the cane. Okay, 2 rows. I think I'm not real sure how deep to plant them, so I'm going for about 4 inches deep, and I'll cover them a couple of inches deep with a sugarcane mulch over the top. See how that goes. So it doesn't matter which way around you face them. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it, I reckon. See what happens. Mark my row. If there is a heavy frost coming and the plants aren't too high, I might cover them just to hedge my bets a bit, I suppose. But we rarely do get a frost, so. Right, a little bit like planting potatoes, I suppose, except I won't hill them. So, 4 more. 1, 2, strategically placed, as you can tell. 3, 4. I'm going to call that job done. I'll give them a good watering. I've got some sea salt there. I'll water that in as well, and sit back and wait and see what happens. If I do manage to grow any sugarcane of any consequence, you'll be the first to know about it. If I don't and I find it all embarrassing, I'll probably just pretend I never did it. But there you go, black sugarcane, temperate, Queensland, Toowoomba. Let's see what happens. So, if you found this in any way interesting, or if you've got any information you'd like to share with me about growing sugarcane, planting sugarcane, what's the difference between black sugarcane and normal sugarcane, love to hear from you. Just drop it down in the comments below the video, and we'll get back to you. But if you like the video, please subscribe, share it, and with a bit of luck, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. There you go. Thanks, Steve.